What's going on, dudes? My name is Munchlaxter. I'm your coach of our Kansas City Nidokings. Today we have our team prep for a week 2 Little Cup match versus Munchlaxter United. I don't know how I have done so many of these where I have not messed up. Like, it's a lot to say and I do it right. I'm going to be explaining to you guys what my team that I am bringing and why I am bringing them. Right up next to me I have the team listed for Munchlaxter United. I will also include an image of both of our teams so you can compare them. So, Munchlaxter United is composed of Munchlaxter, Captain, Poniard, Teddy Ursa, Spinnerack, Corfish, Elika, Doduo, Finion, Baltoy, Oddish, and Lotad. So he's got a pretty bulky team when you take a look at it immediately. So you've got the Poniard, you've got the Corfish, frickin' Teddy Ursa, Munchlax. I mean, he's got a lot of good Pokemon on his team. But thinking about mine, which is Bulbasaur, Larvesta, Pumpkaboo, Numel, Clamperl, Slowpoke, Morpipple, Flabebe, Poliwag, and Esper, I felt that this team matched up the best against his, and I'm going to explain why. So, starting off, we have Taylor the Larvesta here. So, as you see, we are running a Life Orb set with Bug Bite, U-Turn, Giga Drain, and Flame Wheel. Maybe you're probably wondering, why Flame Wheel, and why are you running Mix? So, what I decided is that because of his team, I'm not, like, super worried about, because that Elekid, I guarantee you it's gonna be like Scarf, so it's gonna pretty much outspeed most of our team, so I'm not really expecting to outspeed. We're running a Lonely Nature, just because I want to be able to hit harder. I don't really want to lower my special attack, because I do have that Giga Drain, for his water types that he has, so his Corfish and his Finion. I almost said frickin' Doduo. And it'll do nice damage against the Baltoy as well, even though I'll probably use Bug Bite against him, because obviously it is stab, and it's super effective, so it's very, very nice. Flame Wheel is a stab move. It'll also boost my speed, so a couple of those, and I should outspeed the Elekid, which will be very, very nice. And it also, it's a nice stab move, and it hits a couple Pokemon like the Poniard and the Spinnerack for super effective damage, as well as the Oddish and the Lotad for neutral. So it hits most of his team very, very nicely, and Taylor just works out very nicely on his team. I can't really take a physical hit, so I am kind of scared of that Elekid. If I can easily just swap this thing out and go into maybe Hunchback, just because Hunchback is a ground type. But, yeah, that is pretty much, I think we're running a very similar set to what we brought her last week, so pretty cool stuff. And these 40 EVs, I can't put in anything, so just so you know, they don't actually boost another stat. Next up, we have our team captain, Pudge, who is running Life Orb, and you're going to see a lot of common items on my team during this battle. Anyways, you see we're running HP Fire, Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, and Knockoff. So, a very, very similar set to what we brought last week, or what I was supposed to bring last week, but Smogon kind of screwed me over. Anyways, we're rocking the HP Fire for his grass types. I'm running HP Fire for that Spinnerack, for the Oddish, because both those can kind of sit in and wall me out. Because I can't really do much to them otherwise. Knockoff would be my best move against them. I suppose Sludge Bomb would do nicely too. Sludge Bomb and Giga Drain are there because they're both good special stab moves for Pudge. And Giga Drain obviously hits his water types and his Baltoy for super effective damage. And the Sludge Bomb is a nice stab move, and I don't think it hits anything for... It hits the Lotad for super effective damage, excuse me. But it'll do decent damage to everything but the Poniard and the Baltoy. Baltoys are typically kind of bulky, and Poniard obviously is unaffected being a grass type. And Knockoff, I can knock off some Eviolites, that'll be very, very nice. So as you see, we're just running max special attack and max speed, just to hit hard and do as much damage as I can. We are running 19, as you see in HP, only running 9 EVs, and for that reason alone, I mean, just because I wanted 19 health, just so I could only take 1 damage when it came to Life Orb, so, that is why we were doing that. Looks like it also changed my nature. I was trying to be a modest nature, but, you know what? I don't know, I may end up just going with the 21 HP, running max here, and then, because this is HP Fire, yeah, we're just probably gonna do this, because I don't know if actually changing the IVs will mess up the hidden power thing on Showdown. I don't want to risk it, because I really don't want to mess things up, so you know what, we're just probably gonna run the 21, and if it ends up changing back to 19, I don't really care that much because they'll be taking less life orb damage. Next up we have Basket, the Pumpkaboo. So Pumpkaboo is a very, very nice Pokemon, and as you see we're running the Eviolite. I decided to run a Will-O-Wisp, Destiny Bond for real, Sunny Day, and Seed Bomb. So I'm running Sunny Day just because I'm running Chlorophyll on our Pudge here, and if I can boost speed, I think Chlorophyll outspeeds Scarf Elekid. Could be wrong, but I think it does. See what stats we're running. We're running max HP, a little bit in attack, so I can actually hit kind of hard when it comes to moves. Our attacking move, which is Seed Bomb, which, I mean, won't do damage, won't do very much at all against something like a Spinarak. Even though the Spinarak I don't think really can touch me. Maybe Spinarak gets knockoff. I don't actually know. But yeah, so this thing is kind of gonna be one of those things, like, it's just gonna sit in there and take hits. I'm running a little bit extra in speed just because my last remaining EVs boosted my speed point by 1. So, you know what? I decided to go for it. And then Impish, because I don't have any special attacking moves on it, and I just want to boost my physical defense because the biggest threats of this thing are obviously physical attackers, being that Pawniard, and then the Corphish can have knockoff probably. I don't actually know if it could, but I assume it could. And Doduo. Doduo is a physical attacker on half. But anyways, yeah, we're running a pretty balanced thing except for nothing in special attack. Stuff in every other stat, and I decided not really to go with what this thing told me, which is max special defense and only 28 in speed. Like, what would you do with the other EVs? You can spread them out around. So, I made my set for this one. Anyways, we're moving on to Not So Pretty. He was also running the Eviolite. So, I named it Not So Pretty because if you did not know, I caught a shiny Clamperl and X and Y while chain fishing, and then it had a decent nature. I think it was Rash or something like that. So I trained it to become a Gorbis, and I named it Purdy because shiny Gorbis is a pretty looking Pokemon. Anyways, we're rocking Shell Emerge, which blocks crits completely, and that'll be very nice if we can actually sit in there on some Pokemon. See, we're running HP Electric, which boosts everything but my special attack, which does actually kind of suck. Ice Beam, even though I don't get stab on it, is a very nice move for his grass types that I cannot sit in on, such as the Oddish. It'll hit the Lotad for neutral damage, and we have Waterfall there because since this thing is a mixed attacker, Waterfall is a better move for it to have. I think you can probably get Surf, but I decided I'd rather run Waterfall on it. And then we decided to go Shell Smash. So I can get up a Shell Smash, maybe predicting a swap or something like that. And then I can outspeed and do a lot of things because that'll double my speed to 20. And I don't know how much Elekid has base-wise, so it could be more than that, even with the Scarf. So you know what? That's pretty much it. And then we're running the Eviolite, as I said, obviously to boost my defenses. I don't have much to say because I'm using kind of similar sets. This set also was my doing. So anyways, we're moving on to Alaska, who's coming to her first match holding the Eviolite. And we're running Refrigerate with Thunderbolt, Nature Power, Ancient Power, and Earth Power. Holy crap, I just realized that, all the power. Anyways, I decided to run, Eviolite rather than Choice Specs just because we were running it a slow Amora. It doesn't have very good speed to begin with. It's only a bit better than Bulbasaur's, but you know what? That's okay. We're running a little bit in defense, max special defense, and max special attack, just so I can sit in, lift some hits, because his water types, except for Corphish, are special attackers. Anyways, we're running Thunderbolt for the water types that I really can't do much against. Nature Power because it turns into Tri-Attack during battles, and it's a very nice stab move in that situation. Ancient Power because it's stab, and it's also a decently powerful rock move. I didn't really have much else I could put on it, or didn't really want to put on it. I mean, it'll hit the Doduo and the Spinarak, I suppose. It'll be nice, and it has a chance to give me a boost in every single stat. And then Earth Power, because Earth Powers will be able to hit the Elekid, which is one of the things I'm really scared about in this team. Because Elekid and Teddiursa and Pawniard are some of the biggest threats, and Little Cup, I believe. At least in my opinion at this point, because I'm very scared of them. And, yeah, pretty simple stuff, and we're moving on to Hunchback. So if you remember, Hunchback, if you were back here long enough when I did the Pokemon Emerald Wedlock, I ended up deleting that from the channel. I couldn't finish it because my save file got corrupted randomly. So, we have Hunchback, the Numel here. Hunchback was the Pokemon that replaced my starter's partner. and it ended up dying in the future anyway. But we're running an EV-Lite on this thing because this thing is I seeing its defense stats, it's not really bulky, but that's the reason we're running it, actually. We're running Oblivious in this situation just because it makes me oblivious to taunt, so that was one of the reasons I wanted to do it, just in case he let out with the Pokemon that can use taunt. I don't know what on his team can learn taunt, if anything, but just so I could get up my rocks and break a few sashes or stuff like that, if possible. Earth Power, because it's a very nice stab move, and I have a better special attack, even if only by a little bit, but a better special attack, and it's obviously the strongest. I think it's one of the few special ground moves, and it's also the strongest. Flamethrower, because it hits decently well with a base 90 power, and it hits those grass types and whatnot, hits that Pawniard. Obviously, if he's deciding to run Thick Fat on the Munchlax, it won't take very much damage from it, so that won't be that big of a deal, and we can also hit the Spinnerack with it. So very, very nice. And then HP Electric for the Doduo, actually, and the water types, because I'm really weak to water. If I have to get stuck in on one, or maybe I want to predict a swap or something like that, and if he wants to get one of his Pokemon to set up, I can just go for HP Electric and do a pretty good amount of damage. We're running a Modest Nature, as we are on a couple of our Pokemon. Alaska and Pudge are all running that nature. I may run Timid on Pudge. I'll see how much that actually boosts his stats by. It only ups his speed by 1. So you know what? I think we'll just hit harder. I think that's a better idea in this situation. But yeah, so that is our team that we are bringing for the Munchlaxter United. I'm not even sure if I said the name in the beginning, but yeah, he's coached by King Bub, and yeah, I will leave his links in the description below if he has any. And I'm excited for this match. I don't even know when I'm going to have it. Today is Thursday, as of recording this. You guys may not see it on Friday. You may see it a bit later, depending on when I'm able to have the match. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, so appreciate it. If you want to pick up a Kansas City Nidokings gear, link is always in the description below. And yes, thank you so much for watching, and let's go Nidokings.